Good evening, everybody watching us, listening to us. We are here at Katikati Gardens on Lugogo Bypass. We want to thank God. Today we are here, as promised. On the 3rd of June, we made a media launch, alerting everybody that today we are going to bring our first messenger. And our first messenger is right by my left, Dr. Hilda Pachito. You're welcome. And we are going to introduce the rest of the people you see here with us. On the left, the far left, we have Jude. Jude, can you say hi to those who are listening to us? Introduce yourself.
Welcome to this session once again. I'm so proud to be having our first messenger. First of all, welcome to this event that is Meet the Messenger. And Ishengadek on Matters Day, Wabua Yabu Wigakeni, Wakud Dr. Emilio Udongo. Alongside Brenda Kaonipod, I think she's taken up by other businesses to attend to. Our host, I'm going to be the co-host today alongside Dr. Emilio. We also have
another co-host.
We have another co-host. Co-guest here.
Yes,
we shall also be together.
Innocent, can you introduce yourself?
So,
Motu cheke umegu kunyimegu mipacho Greater Navy anyingatia Innocent Akenda Swamu Makere University. To those who are not understanding our language, I'm called Innocent Akenda, a student of Makere University, pursuing Bachelor of Social Work. Dano Mejonam Pakwach. We are grateful today. We are here for the second version of Meet the Messenger, and the messenger is right here with us. So feel free and be happy. Please stay tuned. More are coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Innocent. Viewers and listeners, we are not going to waste time. Without much ado, I want to say Meet the Messenger is our flagship event or program to demystify the stereotypes, the conditionings, and the biases that we have had in our communities. And as a forum for development of Greater Nibi, we want to be very clear and see how to bring these messengers to talk to us, so that we get to understand what should go on around us, how to navigate in these murky waters, and we move without rumors. And Dr. Hilda is here to unpack to us. The focus is what are the issues around the legal framework that we should follow, that we should know to make us thrive as the people of Greater Navy. We talk of demographic dividends. We have the young people around us, those who are the co-guests here. They represent 70% of the population across the country and in Greater Navy. So we want to talk to them. They are in the universities. They are out of tertiary institutions. They are looking at focusing what to do, how to thrive in this environment that we people who are already knowledgeable, people with experience, people with exposure, people with wisdom should talk to them in unequivocal ways or manner, and then they get it from the horse's mouth. Today, our first messenger, Dr. Hilda Thopacu Nyajunam from Pakwach district. She will say a lot more about her background as she dives into the program. Doctor, you're most welcome.
Jumunge mubenenwa amotu ucheke jumanyiri kujuma cho judongo jumutie igankwan ikanisa ipachu amotu anchalamandi Mr. Emilio Unyuta Nyinga Hilda Thopacu Nyajunam from Pakwach. I am a lawyer, a team law, and Daru my law degree in 2004. And then I went to LDC on government scholarship. And in 1 year I was done. Even at Makerere University, I went on government scholarship. And then I worked at Ministry of Justice. And then I got a scholarship for my master's. And then I continued with my PhD and finished in 2018 when I graduated. Okay, with a doctorate degree in law, specifically focusing on lembe mamaku chik mikuloka magitimu across border no. Kai ngati ma ilworu nyo kalanga, nyo ilworu basalag, nyo kitungulu, matoke, Irish, across the border, you're transporting things across the border. ENU is the area of law mass specializing in, with a specific emphasis on food safety. Kai nyoibe mitu kachaku factory perimi yobu juice, okay, or juice. There are standards nyo chikutie mumake lubi kara pinma yobu no kudukel tuoni dano. Nyo kai mitu exporting nyo iteru pinyeno nyo Kenya, nyo Bunya, nyo South Sudan. Chikutie maku umiri tuero me exporting pinyenu across the border. So ENU was the area that I specialized in. Now, right now at TU LDC is an acronym. ENU in full it is the Law Development Center. Kabedu ENU tie kama kaidaru law and you hold a bachelor's degree in law, you are supposed to apply, and then once you're admitted, of course the admission right now is based on your ability to pass successfully the pre-entry exams, and once you've passed it, then it's a 9-month program, and it's quite hectic, but it's doable. If I passed and any other person also passed, I passed without retakes, you can still do it. You can also achieve it. So yes, I work at the Law Development Center. I've been there since August 2023. And I handle and coordinate the research responsibilities and publications. And I am into advocacy as well. I am also in charge of coordination of activities related to public discourse or public dialogue on issues that pertain to emerging legal issues and emerging concerns or new areas of law that require reform. And of course, mapodi chik gila kungo makokong upeny par padano upeny par gi manu nge lemba ngoma anda obedi yudano karachika be woki nongu at least nge padani ya kutampa dano urombu kulemu ukichikcha. So that is one of the things I coordinate. Mine nonia kanyo chik moko chiwo kanyo debate moko tie magi chik amending chik moko chik chake ramu bedu kadi regulations nyo pa local government nyo ke ordinance or a set of rules from my department or my unit. We try and see how to work together and bring out some discussions or initiate some discussions around there, so that at the end of the day we have made our mark as an institution on awareness creation, policy and legal reform, and most importantly, inclusivity in terms of data collection and public dialogues, so that at the end of the day, what comes out is a collective view of the people. I am honored to be here today. And I'm hoping that by the end of this session, I would have been able to answer 1 or 2 questions or even more that can help, especially our youths who are out there and hoping to either be lawyers or work in the public sector or in the private sector or even in business or in whatever field they would choose to do. Okay, they'll choose to pursue. That 1 or 2 questions that they've been having silently can be answered. And Chair, I beg to get your indulgence going forward. Yes.
Thank you for the deep introductions. Now, wange yunya ya mamwade tie yekecha, who is competently doing what this country desires or requires.
Not job seekers. Reason being, as we waited to commence this program, we were even discussing the implication of AI coming on board, meaning that as years go by, the job basket is dwindling, and it's going to keep dwindling, and so our youths that are coming after us should be as creative, as innovative as possible, and most especially should be open-minded in terms of what they can do beyond the degree. Because it's one thing to have a degree on paper, but it's another thing to put that knowledge into practice and bring out something good out of that paper. Now, there is a tendency for some, not all, youths to say, I'm still looking for a job and sit there. But there are also youths that I know, instead of sitting there, are making the best. I know even of lawyers who have finished law school, they are still in their 20s, and they have now gone into either agricultural production, they have gone into NGO work, and they are not doing law work per se, but that legal knowledge has helped them to even flourish in that social work. Okay? And to answer your question, what would they do? First, it starts from your mindset. Like I said, let that paper be the beginning to say, what did I learn out of this that I can use to change my life in 1 year, in 6 months, in 3 months, in 2 years? Where do I want to be? Okay? That paper is just a paper. It is the knowledge that you have that will add value to you. Number 2, for those who are at school, I was just sharing with one of our moderators here that try your level best to network as much as possible. For some of us who finished school long time ago, wabedi ungo kudo opportunities mi internet kumaeba. Kaya ngatime kupe in sako perinyo, i family perinyo, i kin wad periginyo, juri muperi maromo miri ngeo ngesh. Nyatime kumai. It was more of your own boldness and confidence. Man ketu chwinyi ikwan mineno niya karatasi peri enre mabuya biriyo. So, as you're in school or you're about to finish, start looking at your networks, your social capital. Wabiro nenu videos enu gibagi kadu in WhatsApp, enu matungtung WhatsApp group. Matungtung niya, your social capital is your net worth. Kaichi, the social media, TikTok. What are you doing on TikTok? Are you learning a skill that you can apply? Or are you just laughing away? Laughing is good. I love to laugh. And actually, I go to TikTok when I really want to laugh certain things. There are certain videos that I know when I watch them, I will really laugh and I will feel refreshed. So laughing is good, but it should be done in moderation. And let us not be addicted to social media on the phone. Have you seen people who walk everywhere? They're walking there with the phone. Going down the steps, they're on the phone. Going up the steps, they're on the phone. After a few minutes on the laptop, they're checking on the phone. That is an addiction. Check your networks. What is your net worth? What is your net worth is going to be determined by your social capital. Network strategically. Go to church strategically. Go to function strategically. Dress strategically. Don't be indecent as a girl. Don't be indecent.
As a boy.
As a gentleman, don't be indecent. Don't be rude. Be kind to people. My favorite uncle says, love begets love. Meaning, when you're nice and kind to people, 99% they will be nice to you. Your networks. Now, once you finished school or you're still at school, I know people who have even started businesses when they're still at school. They'll do makeup, they'll crochet, they will bake. I love baking. They will bake. They will start some form of business or even cooperate and set up. Wengi ya bereba, try and make use of those soft skills. Try and make use of those skills, including hands-on skills that can bring you that money and keep you going as you look for that dream job that you're waiting for. Now, if you want to go into I don't want to register a company, because if I register a company, now I am going to pay tax. Musoro bebinu koni gimaka pile mpa musoro. Koni jupakamente gibinu give tunia atiku certificate kumai. You decide that you want to start giweng parichidi peri ipo dupanga ati agreeing kongati enu. You decide to say, I want to start I want to buy maybe a whole acre of these bananas to transport. Jugamu juki on the way, they're going to ask you for some money. Icholo, the next red block or the next check-in point, icholo dog police chade. Another check. By the time ipo itu chipa kwach no dong kai calculating, a lot of money has gone. Yet kanongi yabu company peri, you have all your papers together, you will not pay them. Kai miyugi center out of appreciation to say afo yo teach muti muno mak ma edong imat kudu soda, not because iti mangoni imetuk you abidi yo ichidi. So setting up a company requires registration at Uganda Registration Services Bureau Kakai Kampala, but now they also have offices in the different regions. And go to the district office, commercial or I think they're called, yes, there's a district commercial office or something like that, and get guidance on how you can have your documents registered, or you can be pointed to the nearest Uganda Registration Services Bureau office. Okay. And then now you can open one, a single member company, meaning any kind of aramuya company paragira de. You can decide I'm going to be a sole proprietor. Ayabungo company, PN company kakona yabo. Taxes koni chakuka yela kunu compliance karatasi kumai be yela. You can decide ya anwa ku Emilio nyo anwa ku Jude. Well, we are going to form a partnership. And then you form a partnership. Okay? Then you can decide, no, want me to obey the companies kudana matung wana beach or abusiel, even wana Rio. Then you can open a private limited company. Now, Kubongi and Weng, they have different requirements of what is needed. Come to ya bachalo a sole proprietorship. Now, sole proprietorship. Chalo danu mamwami pachimina nonia Emilio and Sons.
Correct.
Aha.
And go order.
Yes, and go order. Jude and Brothers Enterprises. Yes, anyway, those are the what we grew up knowing. Aha. But kind of limited. Emilio Environmentalists, maybe limited. Oh, Jude Company Limited. Usually they will decide on the kind of name you will want to set up. Okay, you can decide the name you want, but they will guide you at the Uganda Registration Services Bureau the name that you should opt for. Aramuchi kunyingane amitu nyingare mobile company. But they may not accept it for certain reasons. Okay, maybe there's already a Hilda Thopacu somewhere there. I didn't know. I'm just giving an example. So those are the types of vehicle. We call them vehicles in law. Vehicles that you can use to set up or start up your business. Okay, and you don't need a lot of money. Now, kachalo ime to sole proprietorship. You just need your ID and the name. That's it. Plus, you got some money that you need to pay. Okay, and the money depends. The money most like depending if you're doing it on your own may not exceed more than 150 because you have to pay government stamp duty. Then you pay reservation for the name. It's about 35,000. Then stamp duty. Then it totaling may come plus minus 150 or even less. Yeah. Okay, that is yes. But if you go to a lawyer, it may go plus minus 300,000. Okay, yes, they will now ask you. I think express fee. I don't know whether this is option. Vision. Okay, but the beautiful thing is, you sit and then go to the website URSB. There is an ORSB portal. If it's a partnership, have your documents ready. If it's a partnership, it's advisable or create a partnership deed. Get a lawyer ukonyu to look through it and ensure that all your interests are catered for in that partnership deed. If it's a company, let's say Jude and Mr. Emilio want to set up a company limited for whatever reasons. It has to be a legitimate reason, not an illegal one. Okay? And then you will have to have your memorandum of association, which clearly specifies the objectives of the company, who are the directors, who is the secretary, and who are the subscribers, people who are subscribing to that vision. What are your objectives? Where are you going to operate? All those details, you must have them. PO Box gi wengo mako bed kodo. And then you have issues of compliance. Kai yabo dong company kameni dong makinge ni adong iro dong wito dong ite check ba. So it means every year you have to file annual returns at the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Annual returns, and you can you to the government and yeah, in these 12 months, this is what I did. Okay, kadi earning zero that you indicate.
We call it nil report.
Yes, and URSB now is in partnership with URA, Uganda Revenue Authority, to the extent that at the moment you're registering your company, give me they don't do the thing, they don't that you don't need to go now to URA. It is automatic. It's automatically generated for you on the portal. Okay. And then annually, so now as you report, as you file your returns, you're literally telling the government, this is what I did, this is how much I earned, and this is how much I didn't earn. And then when you also, during the year, as you proceed and progress, if you're alone, you're still expected to submit resolutions, because the law requires that once you've set up a company, and even if it's a single member company, you must have opportunities to meet. How do you meet when you're alone?
Yeah.
Of course, you have your director there, you have your secretary there, and you make resolutions. Those resolutions, every company resolution must be registered. Okay, must be registered with URSB. URSB is Uganda Registration Services Bureau. You have to register it to give it validity. So, what else? Taxes at the end of every financial year. Once you have registered, they give you a company email, they give you an individual email address. They don't give you. You create, you fill in, when you're filling in that form, that automated form, you indicate the email address for which they're going to coordinate with you. And before you know it, as the financial year is ending, URA will start sending you emails to remind you to submit your tax assessment. Yes.
Good. Doc, those who are listening, those who are watching, you have talked of single member company, you have talked of sole proprietorship, you have talked of partnership, company limited by shares. Now, the issue here is how to access the technical support. You know, Thopacu, people are always like, Juma, that has been always the issue. Now, Dr. Wachu, go to your district commercial officer. That is the office of government where Kaimidulem Koloka Chako Kecha. And ignorance of the law is what? Is not defense. Now, tin wa me to bed clear Jutua, Arado, Yokoloka, Maubo Winjua. There's always been a tendency where you find Chalo financial year betum URA is already sending messages. You have your tax obligation, this. You bring your returns. Now, because of Chaningage, and when you don't report even a nil return, URA keeps sending what they call like a guest tax assessment. You bole wikuno million a day, million when. And every year it is accumulating. You are not aware. One day you find they have come. This is your tax obligation in areas for the last 3 years. Million per day. Capital per day, per day, the million per day. The next thing you see, some people have already crossed to Nibola, the Congo, because that's the nearest place where you can take off from government of Uganda. So let us befriend the people who are in office and being paid by government to support us. So basically, Dr. Thopacu, let us keep closer to those who have the mandate to make us take off.
Kumeno.
Aha. So you can proceed on now. What are some of the business sectors, categories that has government subsidies, for example? You know, there are some initiatives that government will say, for Arado, we have this kind of maybe motivational offers or tax incentives or tax waivers? Do you have such thing for young people?
Not that I know of. Maybe I'll have to, that I can task myself to do more research and find out exactly what would be available for young people in terms of incentives. But what I do know is that for the women, there is what is called GROW. Okay. And this is a government initiative together with the World Bank. It's funded with the aim of supporting women to try and progress in the businesses. And it has to be, once it's a business, for example, if it's a business started by two people, the majority shareholder should be the woman. At least 51% should be the woman. And what I do know is that they have very good interest. The last time I called, that was some months back, I called and I think it was standing at 9%.
Per annum.
Yes, I stand to be corrected, but I think it was around there. And when I called the bank and the lady talked to me, one of the questions she asked me was that, do you have a business? I said, yeah, it's just starting. And then she asked me, do you have a business account? The question was yes, but very shaky. And do you have a bank statement showing that you're receiving some money? The question was not certain. The answer was not certain. Now you can see there that I am also not showing them that I am into business. I am there. You know, you're in the business, you're not in the business. You're in the business, you're not in the business. But what you need, at least from the basics that I got from her, is that make sure at least by the time you're going to request for that loan or apply for that loan, you have already started something. Even those mobile money payments. In fact, she even asked and said, do you have some payments? Do you even have some payments from mobile money that you can show for a period of 6 months that shows that you have been receiving some money? And I didn't have that consistency. So she said, okay, now let us work together. Make sure you at least anything you do and you know somebody is going to pay you, make sure they pay you using your mobile money or at least your bank account so that it gives you a trail. Or at least have a receipt and invoice book that will give you a trail that you can look through for the next 6 months that, yes, I have a business and this business is going towards this money that is being paid ABCD is money going towards this. And then we also have the agricultural credit facility. That is not specifically for the youths, but the agricultural sector right now is one of those sectors that is being highly funded, and supported by the government. And so that is one of the facilities. I remember at some point we had a very robust discussion on the Greater Navy Forum regarding the challenges associated with that particular product. I still believe that irrespective of the challenges we identified, it is still good for somebody to try until maybe the answer is a yes. And if it's a no, you understand specifically why there was a no. And hopefully in the next application or the next round, you can be able to pass through. And the other thing that I could think of that I thought would be of interest is cooperatives. There is a way in which cooperatives
mobilizing for cotton, coffee. Talk about why did they go under?
You see, cooperatives right now in many societies or communities associated with maybe those who are less fortunate or those who don't have money enough or they are not employed. But those who have learned the secret are now reaping big from cooperatives. I attended one business forum where one of the speakers was I think the CEO of YSave. It's one of YSave, just YSave.
Mm.
Y
Yeah, and save.
save, like that.
Mm.
It's one of the cooperatives that are now flourishing in Uganda.
Why save? What did they do? What did they do?
It was initially formed by those people, churchgoers of my Watoto.
Okay.
Yes, those who fellowship with the Toto. They came up as a group and started saving together, and then it grew and grew and grew, and now it's very big. Okay, and it's expanded, but it is founded on that principles of cooperative. It's actually a cooperative, it's a circle, but with a faith-based inclination. Okay, knowing that we as Christians, and this is how things should be done. And it is not expensive to set it up. The government has even come up with standard bylaws that you can adopt. Exactly, you can adopt, or you can choose to tailor yours in the language that you want. But if you can adopt that which is already created, there's no need. And then you still go to your district commercial officer, who will liaise with the government office in Kampala here in Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, and you get the circle registered, because if it's not registered, it's still as good as an informal business. And once it's registered, it has to be operated as a business, not a one-man, I am the boss, I am the owner, I have the greatest shareholder. No. A cooperative, it is whether we are 10 and each, maybe I have 5 shares, he has 20, others 30, 40, 50. It's one person, one vote. One person, one vote. Because it's a member-driven organization meant to bring a change to what is unique to the members. And I would think it would be good at this point in time, even youths, to come together. 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5. The minimum is 30. Come together. Yes, start a cooperative and seek guidance, seek mentorship, and see how it can be formed. In fact, for the last 10 years, they were exempted from tax. And I was having a meeting with one of the representatives. He's the one who represents the northern and regional circles or members of the circle. Somewhere in, I went to the office somewhere in Kawempe, and he was telling me that that exemption is supposed to be expiring next year. In the 10-year period is going to expire on the 31st of June, I think, June 2027. But they are also now in engagement with the government leaders to extend that, even if possible, waive it off. You see? Yes. So SACCO could be one of those vehicles that one can set up, but you have to be a minimum of 30.
Right. By the way, we are mobilizing the young people from universities and other tertiary institutions to pull together.
Okay.
And we are referring to this as a youth endowment fund.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I think you'll be one critical resource
Hopefully
to see how this can take off. We have the numbers.
The numbers are there.
Now, my magic number I'm talking about is 10,000 young people. Now, you know, when you look at the population of Nebi, Pakwach, and Zombo, we are over 1 million people as we speak now. Now, in the 1 million, 70%, just do 70% of 1 million, are young people. And these young people are around us. Now, if we can create this youth endowment fund, in my opinion, this can be like a special purpose vehicle that can be used to invest in businesses or enterprises that can be run by the young people. They are the people in the production chain. They are in the marketing chain. They're in the distribution chain. How beautiful can that be? So, this is a conversation which we have also started. And we have opened a WhatsApp group. Now, the young people are adding themselves. They know their networks. Right now, they are close to 400 on that new platform. And we are preparing to start to have a physical meeting and an online one as an hybrid this month on the 20th.
Okay.
Because, they have a slogan that nothing for them without them. So let us start the conversation. So I have heard of other endowment funds being run in other countries and other higher institutions. There is even an endowment chair at Makerere. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, but not. I cannot say that I really know about it, but I think I've heard of it.
There's something.
I've heard of it.
I think part of it was with support from the late Mwai Kibaki,
Okay.
president of Kenya,
Okay.
who was, by the are you aware he studied from Makerere?
Yeah.
Yes, so that is how there's that endowment chair being established at Makerere. But for us as Greater Nebi, we want to see how our young people can pool their resources and create this endowment fund and start to be part of the money economy. You see how the president has been struggling with trying to bring the 39% of those who are outside the money economy. And the young people are part of these 39%. They are in their own world. So as an organized team, the reason we have these representatives of the university students on this show is because they have an audience. They have a following. Now, it is us as the older generation to hold their hands and bring them on the platform and see how they can get on board. Because you don't start from the blue. There's always something. So as we get deeper into this discussion, we may need to hear from them because they probably have some issues already forming up in their minds as now they are with the messenger right here physically. So Jude, you want to give the first shot in some 2 minutes
Okay.
before we hear from Innocent. Yeah.
Co-host Emilio, our former messenger Martin, for this wonderful message you have delivered. I think me business. We are school Mapol. I think they're not so much into business, but Jo Mapol magite ko plan meeting business that one I'm sure of. Kadi and I think after campus. The good thing or the best thing about it that at least how to open up a company. Measure one guidelines measure. It was really a nice one. And then my question I wanted to ask for this show. I looked at your career, like your journey, kitemisha kokodo from childhood up to Kawoni, and then Kawgama neno wankari mapolo. So some any awia mo gibedo ko challenges and in wangonya they tend to get diverted. My question is what challenges have you been facing throughout your education process? Me to that any as a lawyer. What challenges and how best can we handle the challenges have you been facing? Question.
The challenges as a student
Yeah, as a
or
student. As a student.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do I start?
Or maybe we can narrow it down. We have people who are doing law, and if we do one Paul demoralizing that law is hard. I personally, I tried doing pre-entry for Makerere, and I think they are picking 50. Was it? No, they raised the cut. It was they put it for us at 55. I remember that time, and I had around 40 something. So I failed it. That's why I'm asking because Dano Betimike you gibedonya low tech. So what advice can you give to these people and in challenges when you're pursuing that?
Okay. Where? Okay. I think I had even asked him the question, where do I start? I don't know where to start. My challenge, I think one of the challenge for me was not reading. This is with all due respect and with all honor to every person. My challenge has never been brilliance or intelligence or academic IQ. No, that has not been a challenge. That is with all due respect and honor to everyone who is
Meaning you are
listening.
a student.
Yes, an A student. With all glory and honor to God.
Amen.
My challenge, I look back, I sometimes even thank God for COVID indirectly, because COVID was one of those moments when I had to sit back in that quiet moment, no going out, no taking children to school, no work, no this. And I look back and I realize that one of the challenges that I had was lack of exposure.
Talk about it.
And nobody told me that until it was COVID time, that where are your networks? Lack of exposure. When you join university and you're from up country, you studied up country, you come to the city, you are not going to, your mindset is not going to be the same as someone who was born, bred, and raised, and by the time they're going to university, their mindset, their perception is not the same with you. The way you see life is not the way he or she will see life. And you can look at our siblings or family members or friends who are still in primary. Because of access to phones and they're able to see a lot of things, whether it's on TV or YouTube or whatever form or platform, their mindset and way of thinking and looking at life is different from us. So for me, that lack of lack of exposure at an early age, I still remember. This is very funny, and I don't want to, I will never forget this. I remember when I was picked from school after I joined Gayaza High School in S5. And when my uncle picked me, Dr. George Piwang picked me from school. And I told you that with all honor, I've always been an A student. So when they picked me and I didn't meet, because I joined school.
Microphone, I want to ask something.
I joined school and
just hold it, Doc. You said your uncle is
Dr. George Piwang. Yes, that's the favorite uncle I'm talking about.
You mean you are from the Amor?
Yes.
You mean you are related to the former Archbishop?
Exactly.
Now we see where the A plus is coming from.
One Kwarona ma Unyolo Archbishop Muze Luka. Jalobo.
Yes.
And Kwara Munyolo Daddy Para Mayamuloko Thopacu.
Former LC3.
Yes.
Now I know.
Now my late grandfather was called Elia Thopacu.
Wow.
That's where I have the surname.
Wow.
Those two, Luka Jalobo and Elia Thopacu.
Wow.
They are brothers from the same mother, same father.
A plus. Now we see the DNA.
So when he picked me from school, I remember telling him, Uncle, I'm not coming back to this school. I told him that.
You were intimidated. Why?
PN Anongo, the results I wanted to get.
What
but I was also I had been doing 3 subjects by that time. I joined school late. The scholarship came late. And then I joined school late. I think it was in the middle of the term. I was doing 3 subjects and I got, I think it was 8. I was disappointed at myself.
You wanted
I wanted all the triple A's.
All right.
Because for him, it is aim highest. Aim high. And I was aiming for A's. So when I got 8, I was like, me, I'm not coming back. And that's how I told him, me, I'm not coming back. He said, I still remember the words he said. You are as good and even better than a Jerenugi. PN ini I kene ikiaro. But idok chen in English, idok chen ichikwanu. Just throw away that inferiority complex.
Yeah.
So I am saying niangoni exposure is that hidden challenge. Mawange yungonia. It's the very thing that sometimes even stops us from trying. And I still remember after that, I met connecting to one of the young ladies there who became like a big sister.
Okay.
and began motivating me and getting me out of the village mindset. Mipa kwacha.
Me do now.
Now. And I remember she even told me, Kai Kadu, with these marks, kumai, this is how much I'm going to give you.
Wow.
That motivation.
Yep.
So indeed,
Yeah, exposure is the biggest challenge.
It's the biggest challenge.
Right.
So how can we promote exposure of our young people
Okay.
at the different levels with the modesty required, not with the pomp of flying out to Dubai or whatever. We can do moderate exposure within our locations and still get our spirits lifted.
Now you like I had just begun saying, he connected me with one of the young industrious family friends, okay, that we had at that time. She's now in the UK. And she helped me to begin to see that I am in a position to excel. And do you know that when I was doing my high school, when I just joined school, I had not even, this is with all honesty, I didn't know that I could do law.
Okay.
Uncle George told me, you're going to apply for law. And then I'm class say actually my career on government, I'm going to do law. And I'm like, why shouldn't I apply for law? You see, somebody can see that you are an excellent person. Somebody can see that you have an opportunity to do better. But because you're constrained in your mindset, you're frozen. Even you find that it's hard even to apply or take a step because I think I'm going to fail. Aramungo. But because he was constantly motivating me, I remember there was a time when I passed very well. Let me assent. At that time, that Monday, I did not sleep that night. My uncle, because I had passed very well.
That's true.
And he said, go and shop.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Imagine you are in S5, going to S6, and then you have surpassed the marks that you're supposed to, and then you are given an incentive to say, go and do some shopping. I need to go that night. Now, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? That I even told him that, Uncle, I didn't sleep last night. He laughed, and he has his very unique laughter.
Correct.
Heartily.
Yeah.
And what am I trying to say? That there are people in your lives can lift you up, can help you to get out of your comfort zone, out of your fear zone, out of your I can't do this, I can't do that. Yeah. You have to have the right networks. Right. You have to have the people who can even tell you, this is wrong. Do it this way. Or, for example, if you have a civic, let somebody have a look at it, to read through it. I have been encouraging the young people who are willing to listen. Like I just told him now before we started this discussion that even as you're in university, it's no longer about school, network. Yeah. Volunteer as much as you can. Reach out and be kind. Reach out and be nice, because it takes you a long way in opening doors, some doors which you didn't even know could have opened. So network as much as possible, but network strategically. And the other thing is, these days, you find somebody will choose to keep quiet, and then the next thing, a message is coming, hi. And that's it. They've kept quiet. What is the hi about? If somebody has recommended you, or you want to reach out to somebody you don't know, and the first thing I usually do, I try and call them. Sure. That is my confidence level that has come over years. It didn't come today or yesterday. No. Yep. But I will call you, and my ability to speak to you and you hear my voice sets me apart from somebody who sends a message and says hi and keeps quiet. But if you don't have the ability or the confidence to say, let me call, or airtime to call, when you send that message or an email, introduce yourself. Good afternoon, sir, or good afternoon, so and so. I am called Hilda Thopacu. I got your number from so and so. I got your email address from so and so. When I was talking about this, I would like to meet you.
Correct.
If your schedule permits,
Yes.
would it be possible for me to come to your office or to call you at this hour?
That is confidence.
Yes. Then the person will now decide whether they get back to you or not. They will now decide. If you're somebody who is active on social media, they will go and Google your name
Yeah.
and look for you.
Are you present?
And now that goes back to be careful on what you post on social media.
True.
Because you may be abusing somebody on social media, and the next person who is supposed to recommend you is going to check your status.
Yeah.
And is going to check your social media post.
True.
And is going to have an opinion about you.
Even the picture you put on your social
On your social platform. Picture. So how do we get out of that comfort zone? Read as much as possible. Network as much as possible strategically.
Good.
Have one or two people in your corner that you can confide in. Don't just be all over the place.
Yes, we are moving towards winding up today's session because we can talk until nightfall. Until the cows come home. Let's hear maybe a question or concern from Innocent. Innocent, what is it that is burning and itching?
Yeah, thank you so much. The messenger for today. I'm grateful that you also come from my district. That's the first blessing. And also, so anyway, to the question, I don't have so much question, but I have this to say. Shallow Arado, young people, many times this issue of network, this issue of connection, jumoko nwango attack igi. So now, for example, angeo Arado mokutie wakukecha umbe winji umbe nenowa, joanya. And eke asikuno wangu doctor nyanedi
becoming a PhD holder.
PhD holder. And imagine from Pakwash Ibongwe West Nile. Now ngati muti nyokawoni nebi at UCC, for example, that school, maybe even at Makere or Chambogo where Jude come from. How will they get access to you? I know Jomokudong, they are feeling like doctor should be my mentor. All those things, because we have many people. I got shocked last month, Mochi do Itinda, in a meeting for Honorable Asham Photopist, the woman MP Mizombo, for the preparation for Thanksgiving swearing in. We managed to meet many big allure men and women, muti in big offices of government organizations within Kampala. But now, I didn't know about them. Now, getting such opportunity to meeting those people, and then you find.
Thank you. Perhaps we could start with honoring Mr. Emilio, who has brought me here and given me the opportunity to speak. And so, as the young people, what the best thing I could first advise you to do is link up with him, because now he has said that there is a group. Is it a group or a portal for the young people? And we will discuss and find out how he had mentioned it earlier, how I can be involved. Coming as an individual is also okay, but to serve a bigger number at once would be maybe to find a way, maybe when there are events or functions where I need to be involved, or I could be involved, I could be informed in advance, and then we plan and see. Then the other option could be like the way he mentioned earlier of the virtual events. If there's something that maybe he feels I could, or he after consulting the leadership of the youth that he's supporting or guiding, they see that maybe this is an area that would need maybe doctors' knowledge or experience, I can be called upon. I am not very active on social media. I do post here and there when I have free time in a certain season. I become active a bit, but then there are times when I go quiet, especially when I have a lot of responsibilities on another side that takes my time away from social media. But through him, I can be reached out for mentorship. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes. Today is our first messenger session, and I want to say we are going to be doing this as a monthly episode. And in a year, there are 12 months. Like the disciples of Jesus, they were 12. So every month, we shall be bringing a messenger. And already in my database, I have the messengers. Who is coming in July? Who is coming in August? Who is coming in December? I already have the list. So, Chandanope, what you could done. We have very many resourceful people, and this is our TV. You know, we didn't have TV in our homes, but now we have TV in our hands, and this is part of innovation. You know, we have things around us, so we don't need to sleep. And the other day, the president said, "What? This is Kisanja, no sleep." So for us, we want to move forward. Now there are questions from the line. Somebody opinion, doctor. What is the intentional move that somebody needs to promote to bridge the gap between knowledge and practice? In 1 minute, there's another thesis, but what do we need to do to bridge the gap between knowledge and practice across the board?
Make a decision and act.
Make a decision and act. You can have very many certificates in your suitcase. UCE, UACE, CPA, bachelor's, postgrad, diploma in whatever. But if you don't act, they'll be there. So that is the message. And there's also there's a phrase here, procrastination is a thief of time. When you keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Or another year has ended. You have not taken off. So that's what we need to guard against. Now, as we get to wind up, I want to say I want to request key messages from our young people before we end up. We give them the microphone to Doctor to wind up. Then I close the session. Let's start from Innocent.
For you, Jufwa, Minebi, Greater Nebi, wish Matinu be wish Mamit, ma Nyamegu Mama Ditu Wetu Iwa, Etie the lawyer, so Danoma Paul, Giwachu Gimiru Gidok lawyer, but Gingeungo, so I think Tinu Winju. Process matung tung mewechu from Jani Pasomopare up to Kawoni. Then amita washi unya wesh matin mo wesh we mamit bachalarado. Amita encouraging 1 year. Let us take action. Kudiwala menting akesha. There is a saying manya ka iwa ka kesha sa moku you don't wake up. You end up be very yuak at the same time namusa bechido orude bechido. So wayuak romuba. Jufua wayuak anda wayuak maduong dong sa nero mungu yabo wangayo ginde brother Jimmy go we ya chichu yabo yo judegi no dong gidong ken wano washidu mwashida wa malo kudi initiative ma Mr. Emilio Kelu Youth Endowment Fund wa make kudava wanene example le machel majigu de nya President Museveni chukumio support ni arado matungtung isentro kai gi another district manake gishokiri gitie iungu. Don't let us also come together and form groups so that we can also be part of the beneficiaries of the 4-acre model that the president always talks about. And we have fertile land in our region. So I implore you all, let us come together, let us join hands, and we also move forward. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Jude? I give the microphone.
Wafo sana dano sheke mu enjoy program atin kujumbe nenwa online. That's people from the Greater Navy. Wa bedaro program wa yanya fo idano sheke be attentive winjo. Tin eni wa yanya dwok fo shimakoya mi Dr. Hilda pi bedo kodwa tin Charlotte Messenger. I think you really met what we wanted to show the audience. I saw your profile. You are educator, researcher, and what? Mentor.
Author.
So I don't know which one is really fulfilling for you, but I think from how I've seen you, you are managing all of them. To those who are watching us online, nitie program apire tek akwaya nyaya kwabwa mise program any. Let's be sharing the link whenever we are having this kind of meeting. Meet the messenger. Podi wa revealing you go the next messenger, but I think very soon we are going to reveal to you the next messenger. Let's try to proclaim this good news. Wayebe wa dano migrata nebi, all the university students. From what I've heard today, our biggest problem is fear. Waluoru ka socializing kodano. For example, arombo ku jadit Emilio, and I don't think achupuluoru karombo ko de yoremoku. And today I've met Dr. Hilda, and it's a stepping stone already, meaning I'm widening my social networking. So wa se yore mokoshi warumbe mirashel dan weni giso giti jufwa kwa nene nyangati ti ministry ngane tiu kama hama and washak lorogi do ngabino ango that connection, that link genedi. Exactly. Let's use this platform wabwa sharing. The next time you're going to bring someone else, and wabere open wawe shelembe mokoshi mashunywa maro and wabe luoru shen wekata chalo nebi wadonge kara shelo.
Very good. There are 3 questions are on record online. Chel Doctor, they're saying, how do we address the challenge of inferiority complex among us Greater Nebi community? This is Chotembu Colleen. Question, Mirario, how much does it cost to open a new company? And what are the necessary documents and number of people required? This is Rodriguez Mongo Kene. Then number deck, can you align your cooperative SACCO model to the different government programs for ease of our youth to embrace? This is Ongom Poli. I think we are going to respond to those 3 questions and then we wind up. Doc.
Okay. Thank you for those questions. How do you break out of that inferiority complex? One, stand at the mirror and speak at yourself. Your reflection of who you are is standing right in front of you there. Speak to yourself. If you can't speak to yourself and encourage yourself, who is going to encourage you? Get out of that comfort zone. But for you even to get out of that comfort zone, get out of the victim mentality. Akayo, ikido, anke, kunke ape kuwat para makumae, akadungo maber, ape kupinya kumae, this and that and that. The universe, one of my mentors, she's a South African, once told me something I had never heard in my entire life. She told me, Hilda, the universe has 2 answers. It's either a yes or a no, or it's a no. And that answer cannot come until you've asked the universe. And the universe can be Odongo. The universe can be Jude. The universe can be anyone. But if you don't ask, you will never know. In the
scriptures, Matthew 7:7.
If you don't ask, you know, sometimes we don't even understand that those principles are coming from the scriptures. I know. But once somebody puts it in your head,
and it clicks,
and she's like, you see a job advert, apply. You will never know whether you qualify or not. Apply. If you can meet 5 of the the minimum requirements, apply. Whether you get it or not, you will now know.
You learn something.
If you go to the interview and you don't get it, you will know that maybe there's somebody better than you, but you've learned something. But if you don't ask, you will never know.
Good.
Now, speak to yourself. Get out of that victim mentality. Speak and encourage yourself. The Bible says that what? The earth is waiting for the sons and daughters of men to manifest. You will not manifest if you're going to be in the background.
In the Kamoli. The language of Gen Z.
I will say this briefly. I was at a workshop 2 days the other week, and it was a national workshop of different stakeholders from government institutions, and I had one of our young colleagues who had come also as well. And when she would see a point that she'd want to raise, she would say, Doctor, there's this point. Then I during the break, I told her, you know what? You're young.
Yes.
This is the opportunity for you to shine. If you see a point,
become visible.
I want you to raise your hand and become visible, because you don't know who is noticing your capability.
Correct.
And by the time we ended that 2 days function, she was shining. So don't be afraid to speak up as long as you have the ability to. And number two, if you're called for an event, and my policy, I am not just a PO warmer. I didn't go Kanisa just to see it. When I'm going for a conference, I prepare in advance.
That's true.
Even if I'm not the guest speaker, I read and make sure angeo le magichi wechucha. Do you have any questions? Chingati
Relevant one.
And I don't just ask. Yeah. I make sure I read and understand and read as much as possible. Non-academic work, books, newspapers, magazines, giyabu ngit peri to think critically and think deeper.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And then the other question was, how much would it cost? It costs about 150 to 300 or to, depending on the amount the lawyer can charge you. Yeah. But at least minimum, prepare about 150,000.
True.
And then how can you align your cooperative with the government policies? Yeah. I'm not sure if I've understood that question. But what I would say is that go to the district commercial officer.
Correct.
So you can be able to explain to that officer clearly what it is that you really want.
Correct.
Then they will guide you. But in a nutshell, for you to align your cooperative requires you to go and look at the bylaws and understand what exactly is it that you want to set up.
Good.
And what are the laws that you have to fulfill in terms of the membership, in terms of governance,
the
fees and compliance.
Okay. Finally, there is a question here. Dr. Hilda, how should girls navigate sexual harassment in their various career paths? Many times we hear ladies cannot move up the ladder without acting out of character. This is Emilio Jr.
Amazing. Emilio Jr. is a junior the lady or junior the male?
That's my son. He's watching, he's following.
He's following.
Yes.
That is an assumption that needs validation. Sexual harassment happens. I am not going to say this is exactly what happens in ABCD. Okay? But what are your values as a lady? What are your values as a lady?
Your worth.
Is it your physical appearance? Is it your trust in God? Is it your understanding of who you are? Or do you want validation from external people? I once heard somebody say, when I was still working at Ministry of Justice, one of my colleagues said, for Hilda, when you want to get her attention, just talk about Jesus.
And then she's on.
And I've noticed that whenever I go for meetings, in most cases, somehow, somewhere, they say, Doctor, pray for us. Okay? Now, you need to have, how do you avoid sexual harassment? It depends on where you are. It's a very open-ended question, but I'm going to summarize it in such a way that it really depends on the context. Is it for marks? Is it for a promotion? But are you in a position to fight back? Because you have to fight. If it's at workplace, is it a matter of do or die where you cannot now leave that job? Because the new Employment Act has, not the new Employment Act, the Employment Amendment Act, okay? Of course, now once a law has been amended, it is the Employment Act.
That's right.
And we don't say Employment Act as amended. It is the Employment Act, correct. Okay? Because now the amendments will be incorporated within the existing framework.
Correct.
So the Employment Act is very clear on policies that should be in place and measures that should be in place by the employer regarding sexual harassment claims.
How to whistleblow.
How not to be intimidated, how to be protected.
Correct.
Those are options you can take.
Yeah.
But if it comes
HR manuals at workplaces.
HR manuals that you need to be aware of and read them, appreciate them, and dressing. In my view, let it not be something that you encouraged as a girl, as a woman, by either the way you're dressing, by the videos you're sharing with colleagues, because even the law is very clear that there are certain things that you should not share in terms of messages or videos and things that
Like
can
illicit content.
illicit content that can create some kind of mindset that this is what somebody is suggesting. Okay, so be aware of some of the things that you could do unknowingly that can cause somebody to think that you are maybe seeking for sexual gratification. But if it is not coming from you, and it is coming from the external or from the senior person who has power over you, then take the necessary measures, either the human resource manual, or if it's an academic environment, reach out to the academic registrar or the dean of students or the person in charge of maybe gender issues, and let those issues sorted out. Sometimes it can get over and above, but I am sure in every institution that is really compliant, there are mechanisms in place to address those sexual harassment issues.
Beautiful. Yes, as I mentioned, we are winding up, and doctor is available, and like she mentioned, I'm the midwife now in this. You know, when you are pregnant, you need safe delivery, seek the attention of a midwife. For now, I am the midwife. I'm available. My contacts are available. If you have any concern that you want to share with doctor, who is our maiden messenger for today's session, drop the message, drop the questions, drop the concerns into my inbox, and I can confirm you will get due service. As we wind up, there is a call for proposals by UGEFA. It is in partnership with DFCU Bank. They're also looking at women-led enterprises. And here they're looking at clean energy. There is green manufacturing, waste management, sustainable solution in agri-business value addition. So even young people, we can respond to these things like Dr. Guided, provided the lead shareholder is having 51%. That's already a majority shareholder, and gives the identity of a female-led company or enterprise. So these are the things we should take advantage of. I'm aware of this lady of the lady who was who handed over to the new management in MOOBS. That she makes the best anyoya at MOOBS. Innocent, you remember? That I think she's the former president. Is she Prosi? The other one that makes anyoya MOOBS. She makes anyoya. So Linda, exactly. Linda, if you're watching us.
She has a restaurant.
I don't know how does she at the university.
Every function, like meeting.
Okay.
For anyoya. She's known for anyoya. So that can become anyoya and porridge. That can become her business, and that is value addition to the grains we have. So that is something we can pick. Okay. Now I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, mapinko mamalo, wafoyo winjua, doctor. Before we close, please, your parting shots.
I hope I'll be short.
1 minute. 1 minute.
One, let God be at the center of everything. Without God, we are nothing.
That's true.
So before you wake up, before you do anything, pray.
Yeah.
Before you get into that car on a border in a taxi, pray. Before you sit exams, pray. Before you go to class, pray. Number 2, work as hard as possible and work smart. Work smart, network smart, and have a vision. The Bible says, write it down. In due course or in due time, it shall come to happen. So have a vision. If you're in first year, have a vision for the year, for the 2 years, for the 3 years, so that by the time you're done, you know exactly whether you have achieved that vision or not. And the last one, ensure that you are not so focused on just employment, 8 to 5. Have something aside. If you can bake, bake. If you can crochet, crochet. If you can partner with someone to do some business, set up a salon on the side, do it. As you look for that job, do something with your hands, because God asked Moses, what is it in your hand that you can use? Use your hands and use that knowledge to change your life as you look for that job. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. As we wind up, I want to appreciate some few members in the audience who are really following from the beginning. Dr. Sarah Kello, you know her?
Yes, I do.
Of Makerere University.
We're together in primary.
Ah! Now you're all doctors, PhD holders. Nice. Then Chotembo Collins has been very, very consistent, commenting, Wafoyo. And Hilda Nestori Jalobu, mobilizing the whole people of Pakwach. Nestori Jalobu. And then Angela Pio has also been following. Spinage Ochirichan. We are grateful because this is our sitting room. This is where we shall be cooking ideas. And yes, Doctor, you want to say something to Dr. Sarah?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you for celebrating me and celebrating us. I saw your post.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Sure. So, everybody, wafoyo winjua, wafoyo bedukodua. We are, chaka tech, but with God, everything is possible. The next messenger is going to be brought on the first Sunday of the Mirabero. And eventually, we shall also take the setting to Pachu. We shall have this studio in Ebi Town. We call it town hall session, where we talk to a number of people. They give us the feel of what they have in their minds, because this is part of changing the narrative. Afoyo Makwe, God bless you. Ciao, Emilio Odongo Watum. Afoyo Matek. Yeah.